Alright, what's up everybody? I'm going to give you guys a quick guide on how to kind of exist in the middle tier of Raid Shadow Legends. This should help you guys with your clan boss. It should help you with progression. We'll just say roughly Dragon 15 to 20, stuff like that. As you can see, I'm doing pretty well in the tournaments. 1 second, I'm just going to click on everything because I haven't done it. I had it autoing while I was sleeping last night. Okay, so let's start with your teams. Team composition is important, but it's not the most important, okay? Gear and how you gear is way more important. But if you let's say you are geared right, your team composition is the next thing. So I'm gonna click on brutal. All right, I'm not gonna fight it because most of the time y'all see the damage anyways that I do. But I'm just gonna break down my team composition. All right, I have a speed lead. The faster you are, the more turns you take before the boss takes. It's kind of important. It's actually important in every aspect of the game. If you focus on speed, substats, main stat for your boots, even if every character you have, somewhere sprinkled in there is just a 2-piece of the speed set, that can be the difference between you being able to do a 15 dungeon or a 20 dungeon. Because if you're going 2, 3, 4 times before the mobs take even a turn, you're probably killing half of them. And then the other half is only going to hit you, the one time, and then you get to go and take a bunch of turns. It also helps you with cooldowns. So that all of it kind of plays hand in hand. So I've run a speed lead, 19%. If you have no speed leads, the next thing you need to worry about is accuracy. So if you have no speed leads, you'll actually see that when I run dungeons, I use an accuracy lead. Even though I am at accuracy threshold, I still run an accuracy lead. The most important thing in this game is your abilities land. Alright? It doesn't, if you have a character with low accuracy and they have drop defense, they pretty much don't have drop defense. You eliminate them having an entire skill. If you have a character with low accuracy with break attack, they don't have break attack. So if you don't have enough accuracy to land the skill, you're limiting the abilities of all of your characters. If you have somebody with poison, a lot of damage comes from poison. If they're not landing the poison because they have low accuracy, then you're literally nerfing their damage potential. And then that plays hand in hand with my clan boss. If you look, I have 1 poisoner, that's Dracomorph. I have 1 HP burn, that's Ninja. I have a healer and a break attack with Rector Drath. I think it's quite important. I bring a healer because I don't have unkillable setups. Some people might have unkillable setups. Some people might not. It just depends. I actually run Cardial because he is a team attacker, and he also has like a spot heal, and he also has a revive on death. You're probably not going to have Cardial. Like, if you do have Cardial, you need to use him in literally everything. I use him in everything. But if you don't have Cardial, have a character there, a support character, somebody who can heal or buff, with poison sensitivity, and maybe Frozen Banshee or something, anything. Literally anything is good. You just have to have another character who can supply you with either more poisons, another character that can break attack. It's not a bad idea to run 2 break attack characters, because if one of them's break attack doesn't hit, then at least you have the other one to potentially hit theirs. The reason I run Rector Drath is because the break attack is on the A1. It's the standard move she uses to attack. So when I do team attack with Cardial, she has a chance of breaking attack as well. So it's like having two people break attack. But I mean, you can run literally but anybody in the slot. All that matters is that they are some form of support. They can give buffs. Defense buff is probably the biggest buff against the clan boss specifically, because if you don't have at least 2,000 defense, then Nightmare difficulty is really hard. If you can't reach 2,000 defense, having a character who can buff defense to get you there is kind of like the next step up. Seeker. I have him because he speeds up. And as we talked about earlier, taking more turns than the opponent means more damage. I used to actually run Geomancer in this slot, but having Geomancer and Ninja on the same team, I was running into HP burn stack ups. Dracomorph brings the weekend, so Geomancer wasn't bringing anything debuff wise to the table, and his HP burn was getting replaced more often from Ninja than it was landing the skill. So that's kind of like my thoughts for Clan Boss. Have one Poisoner, one HP burn, one break attack, a healer, and then whatever you want for the 5th slot. Having a speed lead is ideal. If you can't have a speed lead, you want somebody with like defense, defense in all battles. I don't know if I have anybody with defense in all battles, to be honest with you. But yeah, defense in all battles is good, because if after against the clan boss specifically, speed, accuracy, and defense are your 3 stats that matter more than anything, so that way you don't get one shot. Alright, moving on. Let's look at how you should be gearing. You're going to see a common theme with every character I have. This is my exception. Alright, Cardial. He has almost no accuracy, because none of his skills, besides his A1, do a debuff. His A1 puts a True Fear debuff, but it only puts it on Demon Spawn, Undead Horde, and Night Revs. So I don't run any accuracy on him. I focus on his defense. We got him a ton of HP. We got him plenty of defense. And then after that, I went ahead and got him some attack. I think he's one of my few characters, wearing an attack chest. But he's got crit rate gloves. But if you look at him, substats, HP, substat, HP, substat, defense, speed boots. Those speed boots are, that's everything. He has to have high speed. Look at that, almost 200 speed. He's got HP percent on the chest piece. He's got accuracy, unfortunately, there, but he's got that double speed roll and HP percent on the gloves. Just defense everywhere. Look at this defense, attack, HP. I put him in one of each, because this is the only time I use flat stats are down here. And normally that would be an accuracy banner, but he doesn't need accuracy. So I gave him an HP banner to give him an extra oomph in HP. The other thing I say to everybody, ideally, your weakest health percentage is 2,000. At 32,000 HP and we'll say 2,100 defense, you can fight every boss in the game at stage 20 and not die. So if you aim for those 2 goals, you're good. Oops, I accidentally closed out. I meant to click on the next character. Ninja. HP percent chest piece, defense percent gloves, speed boots. That's going to be a huge theme. HP percent gloves, HP percent chest piece, speed boots. Now the reason I have all this HP on Silva Drakes is because I got her up to 55,000, but I already have 3,000 defense. Because, as you probably know, defense, and then accuracy, because she needs accuracy to land her skills. Even got accuracy set here to get that accuracy up. Like, I just have so many defense percentage rolls on my other gear. It's what I looked for. I looked, because this is a defense champion, her damage is based off defense. I would filter my gear. I would go, okay, I want boots with main stat speed, but I would care about substat defense percent. And there we go. Boom, speed boot with defense percent, speed boot with defense percent. And I just looked for the one I wanted, which obviously I wanted accuracy, because I know that I like to complete sets. So I kind of will put myself in like crappy gear to complete a set. But I mean, almost all my characters, when you look at them, they're going to have that 2100 defense and that 3200 or more HP. Their other stats to me don't matter. Speed, 206. Like, their speed, everybody, speed boots. Every character is going to have speed boots. Defense percentage, chest piece. I mean, you would think that I would put him in something different, but no, you have to have that defense. If you don't have defensive stats, you're just dying. I think I even have him in like a defense or HP, like ring. Yep, defense. Crit damage, accuracy, because I needed his accuracy up. This is somebody who has to have a high crit chance, because his skills use crit chance. You know, if I crit with the first hit, it attacks all enemies. So I have him in a stun set. If you have characters like Bello or anyone who does a lot of AoE, if they have 2 moves that do AoE out of their 3 moves, put them in a stun set and use them in your wave content when you're fighting to go fight bosses. Because if the mobs can't hit you, you take no damage. I know that it's useless once you get to the boss, but a lot of times people die on the mobs getting to the boss, you know? So, go for it. Defense, HP, speed. A lot of times I'll tell anyone who asks me about gear, you want one piece to be defense, you want one piece to be HP, and then you want speed. The tops, these are always going to stay the same for their main stats. What matters is your sub-stats. You want to focus accuracy and speed, and then defensive stats. Even attack-based characters. None of my attack-based characters have, except for Dracomorph. He's my weird exception. But none of them really have attack-based stuff. Like, he's got crit damage here, and he's got defense there, but you see I've got him in a bunch of different sets. But look at the minimum requirements. He's got 32,000 HP, like I said, 2,300 defense. I still made sure he met those thresholds. And I'm going to tell y'all now, I do not have a grade haul that's like great. Like, I have a mediocre grade haul. This is it. I'm working on getting accuracy up. The moment I found out accuracy was the most important stat in this game, I started clicking on this accuracy to get it up. I'm going to get this one to 10. Then I'm going to get this one to 10. Then I'll probably do a force and then spirit, because I got more force champions, like Achak and stuff. But I'm going to get this one to 10. Then I'm going to get this one to 10. And then I'll get the void one to 10. And then I'll start focusing on other stuff, probably defense and HP, then crit damage, then attack, and then resist. But I'm not going to go, get every one of them to 10 one at a time. I'm doing this one to 10 for the mission, where you have to get 1 to 10. After I get this to 10, everything else is going to go to 5. And once it's at 5, I will start everything in the Great Hall will be at 5. And then I'll start picking one and taking it up one at a time. Starting with all my accuracies, getting them to 6, then my HPs, my defenses, and I'm going to keep working like that, because that way everything kind of stays balanced. Let's get back into it though. Look at my cold heart. crit rate, HP percent. Gotta have that HP. Her HP, 3,600. Her defense, though, is only 1,100. She is in danger of being one-shot in anything she does. But it's so hard to get her stats up because she's a rare. So, like, at some point, I'm probably going to take this set off and get her, like, a defense set or something to try and get her defense up so she doesn't get hit so hard. But yeah, she needs some love. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. Every character I'm running has, defense and HP and speed. If you do that, that's gonna change your lifestyle so much. Booking characters is fine. It's not required. I cleared my first 20 dungeon without books. Oops, I meant to click here. Let's look at dungeons. Dragon. This is the one that matters the most to me because you see the speed gear, that accuracy gear. And honestly, I like stalwart gear. I love it. I don't really use lifesteal because I run healers in my clan boss team. But lifesteal gear is good if you're doing clan boss. But I mean, let's look at my team. Accuracy lead. Because if your skills aren't landing, then you're not doing anything. And if you looked at when you look at my characters, they all have pretty high accuracy. Between 180 and 200 plus. I believe that for stage 20 dragon, you need a minimum of 200 accuracy to land your skills. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure that's the accuracy threshold. I think it's 200. I think it's 10 times whatever difficulty you are. So, stage 1 would be 10, 20, 30, so far and so on and so forth, up to stage 25 where you'd need 250 accuracy. And Biggin gives a 90 on his buff. So this is kind of the video. If you guys want me to go more in depth, if you feel like there's something I missed, if you feel like I could give you more information, the item sets on your characters don't 100% matter. I like running certain ones on certain characters, but they don't matter. All right, what matters is that you meet the speed, accuracy, HP, and defense thresholds. If you have 150 speed, 200 accuracy, 32,000 HP, and 2,100 defense, there's literally nothing you can't do. After that, all that matters is your team comp is the same. Every team I runs the same thing. I run 2 healers. Cardial counts as one of my healers. What I used before I had Cardial was Syl the Drakes. And she's a free champion. So if you don't have Syl the Drakes yet, you haven't been playing long enough to get Syl the Drakes, run 2 healers. I would have ran Rector Draft and Syl the Drakes. It gives me 2 revivers and it gives me 2 healers. If you don't have that, run Apothecary and Syl. Literally, there's so many options. Just anybody with a heal and anybody with a heal and a revive. Like I said, Syl the Drakes is free. Once you have her, your game opens up. If you don't have her, just run any 2 healers. Doesn't matter who you have. Just run them. I know a lot of us have Haikatoon, or should have Haikatoon if you're playing right now. Run Haikatoon. Even though she's not a healer, run Haikatoon and Apothecary. You'll give Apothecary so many turns that he will be able to heal for you. If you don't have Apothecary, just find a healer. Use him. Use Ninja in everything. He's so strong. His HP burn's so strong. He has AoE freeze. It's so strong. I used Dracomorph, but before it was Dracomorph, it was Kale. Kale. Kale's in every team I had because he has that poison. That poison is huge damage. Dragon hates poison. Spider's the only thing that you don't really do a lot of poison on, but I still run Kale in there because of his AoE. Because against the Spider boss, I run all AoEs. I'll show you. I don't do high Spider. I have the teams to do high Spider now because you have to have an HP burn champion to get past I want to say like 17. From 17 to 20 without AoE HP burn, you pretty much do no damage. But I mean, look at this. I run a Cold Heart for single target damage against the boss. I run a Deacon for AoE turn drop and defense. Biggin, all AoE attacks. That could be a Bellower if you have a Bellower. You know, like anybody with an AoE. Kale, he has an AoE. Syl the Drake's an AoE. Everything is about that they all have AoE. It is good to have somebody with a stun set. That's why I have the Biggin. It's because he has a stun set. So I keep those spiders from ever getting a turn. And this is 15. When the tournaments come out, I do 15. I don't do 20 because it's hard. I don't always win. I take 100% win over not 100% win, and I just sit here and I farm 20 or 15. I mean, sometimes 16 depending, because I can AoE down all the spiders and I can kill the boss. All you gotta do if you're not sure about something is go on YouTube, watch some Hell Hades videos, watch these bit Kais who are pros. I've literally only been playing this game for I don't know. I think I've done 3 months now. Yeah, I've done 3 months. I'm at day 107. I was brand new to this game. I farm everything on 20 except for Spider. I've downed the Doom Tower. The last go around we had Doom Tower. Yes, I do spend money. I spend a lot of money. I don't recommend that any and everybody does that. You know, like I do spend money. That's how come I have all the characters I have. So but I'll say this: spending money, all it does is give you options. Because at the end of the day, I'm buying all these champions, and half of them I'm not even using, because you can still only use 5 in a dungeon, and once you have a 5 that is good, then that's the 5 that you're going to probably use. I use almost the same 5 characters for everything. I mean, you saw who all was in my dragon team. It was most the same people who are in my clan boss team. I say this: focus on your clan boss team and your dragon team at being the same team, and make sure all 5 champions, they all do the same thing. Accuracy, etc., etc. You want to HP burn, you want to poison. Make sure all 5 of them, you focus on their gear being top tier. And I don't mean top tier as in it's 5-star and 6-star. Top tier as in it's all plus 16. Also top tier, meaning that you cover all the stats necessary: HP or defense percentage gloves, HP or defense percentage chest, and speed boots. That's important. Then make sure you've got enough accuracy, 200 accuracy on everybody. If you can't reach 200 accuracy, make sure you have a lead that can get you up to or above the 200 accuracy line. So that way your abilities land on Clan Boss and they land on the Dragon. If your Dragon team and your Clan Boss team can be the exact same team, and you will be successful. And if you're running it and you only focus on those 5 champions, guess what? You have 5 champions for Ice Golem. You may not have the block revive for the ads, but I still have an 80% win chance against the Ice Golem without block revive. And actually, a lot of times when they're autoing, they'll forget about the ads and focus the boss. But because I have that over 2100 defense threshold on all my characters, I don't normally get one shot. I do have Syl in there with the 3000 defense, so she usually with 50,000 HP, because he does ignore all of your defense. Sorry, but I didn't mean defense. I meant HP, because I'm above that 32,000 HP percent on all my characters. Like only the ones who are at 35 or lower HP get one shot. Everyone else above the 40k, which is all of my rezzers, they survive, and then they res the team up, and they get back to fighting. The skills, if you're going to use books on your primary 5. Your 5 people that you use for Clan Boss and Dragon, those are the ones you're booking. Max book them. I mean, my ninja isn't max book because I got some good book landings where I don't have to max this. I mean, I kind of want to put one more in it just for the damage, but I mean, all that's booked out. those were all done free to play, to be honest. Same with the epic books. You get a lot of epic books. So especially once you can start pushing these harder clan boss content. I one key brutal, and I think I'm getting to where I can one key nightmare, and it's only because of my accuracy and all that, and everything being high. My skills land. So this was a really long rant and talk, and I'm sorry for that. But hopefully there's some good information. If you guys need anything, hit me up in Discord. All right, I'll check you guys out later.